Now I'm ready. You guys can't smell me.
I have you.
Hello YouTube, LJ Draco here. Yes, so today is another video. I know I'm doing quite a few videos recently. Oh, something must have changed in my life. No, I just thought I'd do this one. This is kind of an early one. Way too early. This is my, as you can tell by the title, my June Blu-ray 3D Blu-ray collection update. The only reason why I'm doing it on the 15th of June is purely for the fact that as you'll tell by this video, I have picked up enough films in June to last me till July. I'm not going to buy anything else, even if I see something I like and go like, ooh. I will quickly announce that I have got one title on the way, but it's something I already own. It is a How to Train Your Dragon Blu-ray. I already have all 3 films in 3D and on Blu-ray. The only reason I'm getting this specific Blu-ray is because it is the US release that comes with The Legend of Bone Napper on the Blu-ray disc. Now, I know it sounds kind of stupid, but I am getting it for like literally Poundland price. But I'm actually a really big fan of all the Little Dragon movies that got released, like the Christmas Night Fury one, and some the other one that, well, I wasn't too keen on the one that came with How to Train Your Dragon 2 from the Asda release. Wasn't really keen on that one specifically, but the Legend of Bone Napper is actually a really interesting mini movie, and the UK Blu-ray does not have that as a special feature, and I think that as someone who really appreciates How to Train Your Dragon, I really want The Legend of Bone Napper. So I will be getting it. My hair does not like me today. It just keeps going. Right, anyway, so let's just get into this. So, I'm going to show you the 3D films that I've picked up. Then I'll show you some 3D films that were sent to me by my friend Mental Movie Man. Link to his channel will be in the description below. And then some 2D films. So, right. Some of these you'll know that I've owned before, and I'll explain why going through. So here is one, and it is A Christmas Carol, 3D, Jim Carrey's Christmas Carol. I've owned this various times, and those various times when I've watched it in 3D, the 3D was extremely flat. I don't know what the hell has happened, but since watching PSVR 3D, I've been noticing different things about different 3D titles, unlike Maleficent, which is still terrible 3D. This, however, has actually started looking a lot better. Therefore, yeah, why not? It was quite cheap. Actually, before I continue on, actually, I'll show this at the end. I found something really cool today that I'll show you at the end, and it was like 20 pence, but it's not a Blu-ray, but you'll see. So yeah, so Christmas Carol. Then we have Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them in 3D. Yeah, I love the 3D to this. I wish they had done the Harry Potter 2 last movies with the same 3D treatment, because this 3D is phenomenal, and I love this movie. Fantastic Beasts and Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald 3D. This I have not seen, but as you know, I demo test every 3D title I get. I check out a few very well-known scenes to have great 3D, and it's just as good as the first one. We already know what's next because you can see the box just here. How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. This. If you guys want to see me do a proper, like, because I was considering doing this for a future video, but if you guys want to see it sooner, then let me know. I'm planning to do a complete recap of all 3 films together, and just explain why this trilogy is probably the best Hollywood story to exist, for kids and for adults. If you want to know that, if you want to see that video, let me know. Now we're coming up to 2 of the HMV like sale releases. One, Skyscraper 3D. This was $3.99. You haven't seen it yet, but demo tested, and the 3D for this is actually I'm quite surprised by this, because Universal's been having a lot of problems recently with 3D. A lot of their 3D titles are mostly depth and not incredible. Like How to Train Your Dragon had, like I said, about 80% depth, and it worked. This actually has a good, I'd say 60-40 ratio, but it works quite well from what I've seen. Then the next one is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I've demo tested this, and it's the problem that most Universal have. It's mostly depth, but that depth unfortunately isn't like How to Train Your Dragon. It's slightly depthful with very minute anything else. So I'm not really looking forward to watching that in 3D. And here's another repurchase that the 3D was not noticeable before. Iron Man 3D. This, when I first owned this, there was no 3D to it. Recently tried it again, and wow. So these are ones that were sent to me by Mental Movie Man. I've got a little stack of ones that I owned before, but basically it's not really ones that I've owned before to some degree. It's ones that I did a trade with. So, because he sold off his 3D collection, and he's replacing it with the 2D versions. So I traded in my 2D versions for these. Got Smurfs, Alice in Wonderland, which I absolutely love. Alice Through the Looking Glass. This was probably my favourite story out of the two. The story of time is... I love Sacha Baron Cohen. I think he's a great actor. And so nice to see this again in my hands. Terminator 2 3D remastered version. I saw this at the cinemas when it came in for the short time with two of my brothers, and oh, incredible. Now these are ones that, well, I've owned a few of these before, but like these are ones that I bought instead of like trading for the 2D version. So we've got Coraline, because I want to have the shit scared out of me, because I'm terrified of eyes. And I don't know why I asked for this one. Okay, a very, very unspoken of 3D horror film. And I recommend anyone who likes horror, anyone who owns 3D, this is a must-own 3D horror film. Hidden. I was absolutely shocked. Okay, the story for the film is not, like, incredible. But the 3D and the aspects of the film is freaking phenomenal. You will appreciate what it has to offer. Then we have Lion King. Now, if you guys remember, I used to own Lion King 3D and I wasn't that keen on it. But, like I said, watching 3D on the VR, some things are changing, some things are looking more noticeable. And I thought, why not? Give Lion King a go. Okay, so I'll show these two. Thor and Thor Dark World. As you've just seen, I had Iron Man 3. I own every 3D Marvel release so far. I even own the 3D Sony releases, so I own... well, you'll see it at some point, but I own all the MCU ones, basically. Apart from these two, these are the last two I needed. As you can tell, this is the original Paramount release. I am hoping to... I haven't talked about it yet, but I am hoping to try and get the re-release so that it matches the rest of the set, just for OCD purposes. Or I may ask my CAX if they'll just let me trade the sleeve like they did with Nightmare Before Christmas. They may do. I'm hoping that is the case, but we'll see. But yeah, so I now have all the MCU 3D titles. The Grinch 3D. This is something that I missed out on its day of release, but got it now, and I look forward to watching it. Triple X, the Return of Xander Cage. I actually have never seen the other two, but I have heard nothing but... I mean, I watched Spare Change and Brass Tacks, and their videos on the 3D to this sold me. So yeah. Puss in Boots. Just because DreamWorks 3D has not let me down, I thought I'd give it a shot. Along with Kung Fu Panda 2, which I've not seen this film. I've seen Kung Fu Panda and Kung Fu Panda 3. I haven't actually seen the second one. And I don't own the first one or the third one on 3D yet, but I will now because I have this one. So that is all the 3D titles out the way. Now let's just go through the 2D. There's not a big section, but here is 3 that was also sent to me by Mental Movie Man. You've got Pinocchio, the Platinum Edition. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I still prefer Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I mean, I love Johnny Depp, but it was a very disgraceful performance and a disgraceful film to have been made. It had some aspects that were kind of funny. I'm just a sucker for the original. And a film that I actually did watch the day after receiving it, because I've been wanting to see this since it came out. Murder on the Orient Express. I love this film. I think it's basically a modern, well, it's not really modern, but it's a modern-ish version of Clue on a train. And I love Clue. Clue's hilarious. Right. Charity shop pickup. 300. I love the film. I haven't seen it for a while. Right. I picked up, for really cheap, a copy of Casino. Now, I know what Sasha's going to be thinking when he sees this. He's going to be like, oh, but what about the sleeves that I sent you? Well, I had a really, really, really tough decision to make. Because as much as I really like these red dice, I really do prefer the US shiny sleeve to Casino more than this one. So I am using the Casino one. By the way, just to let people know, this isn't a custom. All of Sasha's customs are locked somewhere safe that he sends me, because I've got a plan for those in the future. This is the official US Casino sleeve, and I like this more than that one, so I'm using that. Mission Impossible Fallout. I now own all Mission Impossibles. I never thought I'd hear myself say it, but I do. Love them. Oh, you've seen what it is now. Another HMV bargain buy for $2.99. Watership Down, a great film, a great classic film that it brings. It's one of those films that it starts off with, hey, human, watching this film. Do you know how you have emotions and sometimes you like feeling those emotions? It then waits till you get to the end and it goes, well, fuck 'em. Now you're soulless. That's kind of what that film does. Alright, 2 more HMV bargain buys. Happy Gilmore and then The Frighteners. I love both these films. They're both amazing and I'm happy to own them. Another Poundland pickup only because I own the second one. It's Speed. I like Speed and I actually love Keanu Reeves. He is just one of the most genuinely decent people out there. And he's just, I mean, I watched him in so many things, but one of the films that made me absolutely love him as an actor was a film called To the Bone, where he plays a anorexia psychologist or an eating disorder psychologist. And he plays exactly who he is in real life. He's down to earth, he's mellow, he's fun, he's consoling. And I love the actor for that. I think he's an incredible guy and he has the biggest loving fan base so far. Right, so next pickup was the Superman box set. This comes with the first all the way to Returns, which I don't like. Now, I know Sasha actually sent me a copy of the first Superman film. He sent me a copy of the special edition, and that's the edition I'm going to be watching. But the only way I could get all of the films in one set was... And I'm not going to lie, I do actually like the other 3 Christopher Reeve films. I do like them, so I wanted to own them. I think Returns was just a really big letdown. And then lastly, for this video, is a series that I bought for £3, which I thought was Series 1, but then when I got home, it actually turned out to be Season 2, which then my friend Sasha from the Sexy Monkey channel, his link will be in the description below. He was so lovely, so kind, he sent me a custom sleeve, which looks so incredible, for Terminator the Sarah Connor Chronicles Season 2. So I now own a proper, like, sleeve for it. I mean, I wouldn't mind, but it's actually really well done. It looks really professional. On the shelf, you wouldn't know it's a custom, so I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. So that is it for the movies, and that's the end of the video, but I just literally popped out before I recorded this video, and we went into my local charity shop, which is literally around the corner, and we stumbled into this little box of like figures. I like looking in a little box of figures because you always find something kind of cool. And I saw this thing here. It's 20 pence. I think I have the receipt somewhere. Hang on. Just to prove, I paid 20 pence. See? 0.20. I paid 20p, right? For this Spider-Man baseball. Now, this is already cool, and I thought, yeah, for 20p I'll grab it. It's pretty nice, pretty nifty. And then I saw it says 19. Okay, you won't be able to see that properly, but it says 1998, Marvel, made in China, right? But then on the side of it, it says Universal Studios Island of Adventures. This is a Universal Studios US baseball. And I checked up how much these are going for on eBay, and so far it's going for £20 plus 20 shipping from the US. £40, and apparently in the US it's going roughly for like $29.99 or $39.99 in the Adventure Island store. So a £30 to £40 baseball you get from the Adventure Island store for 20 pence. This is freaking amazing. I'm not gonna sell it, well, that I'm aware of as of yet, unless there's any baseball collectors out there and you want it for your own collection. But it's just so cool. And I was checking, the one that's being sold for £40 is in a lot worse condition. It has like a little white mark here and there, but the other one's got like, Spider-Man's got like a massive gash for him. This is awesome. Right, so that is the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video and previous videos, don't forget to strike the like for future videos. If you're new to my collection, only see a couple of my videos, click that subscribe button down below. I'd surely appreciate it. Anyway, take care, you wonderful, wonderful people, and I shall see you next time. Bye-bye!